All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Um, Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is in good spirits on this Tuesday. Still finding ways to navigate through our new norm right now. Hopefully, it's not um, uh, too long term of a norm, but it's our current norm, and I hope everyone's making it through, making the most out of this time. But I do want to say that um, for me, this time has gave me an opportunity to focus on some other things. Like I still have work, but I still get the time to spend more time at home, get time to work on other projects and stuff like that. So I just hope we all make the most of our time, and we're being safe and practice social distance. And if my will, no one else will ever get sick again if I had control of it, but I don't. So moving on. So the Carolina Panthers are deciding to release Cam Newton after 9 seasons, a Super Bowl appearance. But the last 2 years has just been plagued by injuries. And they couldn't really find a trade suitor. If you ask me, and it's just my personal opinion, I felt like I understand it from a business perspective, but I still feel like it was handled wrong by the organization. Kind of say, Cam, go find you a trade. You know, that to me, and it was just, and then he come out and Cam came out and refuted what was said by saying that, there was no like real mutual decision made. They just tossed him out. So for a person like Cam, so when you go back to I think it was 2016 was his MVP season. It was just a season where he was just running roughshod on the league and, dancing and celebrating and taking pictures and all that, which was fine with me. I loved it. I thought it was great entertainment, but he rubbed a lot of teams wrong. You remember, it became this thing where people were like, he's doing too much, he's rubbing it in. And his response was, and first of all, I loved his response. His response was, you don't want me to dance, you don't want me to celebrate, stop me from scoring. And at the time, it was all fine and dandy. He was en route to NFL MVP. But as you fast forward to today, I think that might have hurt him. Teams are like, oh, remember you was Mr. Cocky, you couldn't stop you. Now you ain't got no job. Now, do I think I hate to think that GMs and owners are that petty that they'll be like, oh, remember you were dancing and then now you. I hate to think that, but I do think that's kind of playing a role but then again, it's the injuries too. You don't know how he's gonna recover from the foot injury. Cam has had an interesting career. Like I followed Cam a little bit. I've not been the biggest Cam Newton follower, but I followed him a little bit. Because you remember the one thing when he first came into the league, you know, he had the stigma of not being a good leader. Like when he would have bad games or the team was doing bad, you'll often see him sitting on the sideline, towel over his head, not talking to his teammates. And that kind of gave off a bad image as though he was not a leader. So he worked on that. He became more of a leader, and then things started going well, of course, en route to the MVP season, and then en route to the Super Bowl appearance. And, it was all fun. Everything was fun, and then it kind of, just kind of been a downslide since then. But if you're gonna tell me Cam Newton is not a serviceable backup quarterback, at least I got a problem with that. But he probably don't want to be a backup, and I'm not saying he should resort to being a backup, but that may be his only option. Just because you don't know where this foot injury is going to really take him. You don't know. It's some teams out there that could use a quarterback, but are you willing to just throw him as right now? Pencil him as your starter. I don't know. Again, I do feel like the Panthers could have handled this better. At least show him some type of respect for what he have done for your organization. And I think I think the Panthers are gonna be like the Dolphins, and what I mean by that, at one point the Dolphins was a team that nobody wanted to play for because of the things that the general manager was saying, and someone else within the front office, like they literally tried to embarrass Dez Bryant um, around his draft time, talking about issues with his mother. Like, bro, what are you doing? That ain't, you know what I'm saying? So now like you look at the Panthers. Let's be honest, all right? They got you got some greats, but when you think of Panthers, Cam Newton is about at the top of that list. Um, Greg Olsen. These are two guys that pretty much at the top of that list. And you see how the organization handled them. Now, what happened to a player like McCaffrey, who's young and may really love the franchise, but got to say, but how would they treat me in 4 or 5 years from now? Because I see how they treated Greg Olsen. I see how they treated Cam Newton. The Panthers have a serious problem on their hands if they don't right this ship. Just from a visual outlook on from players looking at the organization. I think that was one of the things with Miami, and I still think that's something Miami is fighting. That's why they have to overpay players to come. Like they take the players that they had to overpay for Byron Jones. And don't get me wrong, I'm not questioning his money. He's definitely deserving, but I still felt like they paid more than anybody else would have paid. But you kind of have to do that to get those type of players when your reputation has been tarnished a little bit. And I don't know how much players still care about that kind of stuff. I guess for the right amount of money, I deal with it. But as if I'm thinking as a player, but that's the latest, guys. Cam Newton being released by the Panthers. I just hope he find a home and some peace. I hope he get well, and I don't want to see his career just fall off, right? Like I wanted to see him leave graceful. It's the same way I felt about Melo. You don't want to just go. It's like let him go off into the sunset the right way. So because this is a dangerous game, these players put their lives on the line every time, and they one play away from career ending in a moment. So with that being said, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please be safe, guys, and until next time, you guys be easy.